Today I'm going to be doing a front shock install on this first generation model of the Honda Pilot. This video is applicable for all Pilots from the 2003 to 2008 model year. After this video, I'll also be doing the rear shock. So once that video is posted, you can look for a link to it in the upper right-hand corner or in the comments section below. Now the shocks that we're using for today's install, I bought online. I'll put a link to them in the description below if you want to check them out. You'll see we've got the new shock here on the right-hand side, and then I've already done the passenger side, so I've removed the old shock here. You can see pretty much identical, no welding or cutting required. It is a perfect fitment for this install, and it was about $266 for the front and rear shock, so pretty good value. So basic tools for this installation, hammer is helpful. You're gonna need potentially a few crescent wrenches, definitely some socket sets. You may need a couple deep sockets as well. Channel locks are helpful, screwdrivers are always helpful. Safety glasses and gloves are also a good idea. And then of course you're also gonna need a jack. That brings us to our first step. First off, we've got to jack up the vehicle and remove the front wheel. Okay, so next up, we've got our upper shock mount under this plastic piece. So we're just gonna gently pry up on this. And there's just little plastic clips that are holding this in place. You'll see that this weather stripping here has the little clips built in. So you're just gonna gently pull up and that'll get us access to that upper shock mount. And then we need a 15mm socket to remove these. I've got my breaker bar here, not because I need it, just because my socket's a little bit deeper on this than on my normal wrench. So we're just gonna gently loosen all three of these bolts, but we're not removing them. This is actually gonna be the last step of removal. I just wanna get them a little loose right now before we loosen everything else. But do not remove these bolts until the end. Next up, we're going to remove this nut here on the link arm of the sway bar. This actually proved to be one of the most challenging parts on the other side, just because this nut's on here quite tight. It's going to be helpful to use channel locks or a wrench or something on the back side here to keep it from spinning as you twist this nut off. You may also find that you need to twist it off and then twist it back on a little bit and twist it back again and kind of go back and forth to get it off completely. All right, and this nut is off. That actually came off a lot easier than the other side. Okay, so next, to get this bolt out, we're actually gonna put a jack underneath suspension here. We're just gonna lift this up slightly to give us better leverage to pop that link arm out. So we're just gonna lift it up until this is sitting level. That looks pretty good, and pulls right out. Next, on the back side right here, we've got a 10mm nut that we're going to remove. An extension is going to be helpful for this one because this tube right here is kind of in the way. So get that back there, pull that off. And then here's, look at that nut, and we're going to set this aside for a reinstall. Next, we're going to remove this 12mm bolt right here. Again, the extension is nice here because of that brake hose that's in the way. Okay, and with that out, again, we're going to set it aside for reinstall. Next up, we've got a 22mm nut and bolt here and down below. We go ahead and remove those. You will want the breaker bar here to get these off. So it'll probably be pretty tight. Okay, once that's mostly loose, again, we're going to set this aside and do the same thing on the bottom. With both these nuts off, we're going to gently tap these through with a hammer, and then I've got an Allen wrench that I'm going to use to push it the rest of the way through if it gets stuck. Set this aside. So we'll go ahead and remove these upper nuts. And before we get ready to remove them entirely, you will want to make sure that you got either a second person holding the weight of the shock, or you've got a jack under there to catch that weight so it doesn't just fall down. And these nuts will be discarded as we got new ones with the new shocks. All right, so with those upper nuts removed, we're ready to remove this shock. This is the fun part. You see currently we've got the jack here holding the weight of that, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this down, and then we'll be ready to catch it as this drops. Take the bottom portion here, kind of swing it in. Swing it on this side. Make sure you don't damage any of the brake lines in the process, because they are kind of in the way. So you swing down here in the front and pull out the top. So one really important step to keep in mind here when you're removing that shock is you don't want this whole assembly to swing down and pull out this CV boot or tear it. I've learned that from experience, so make sure that you've got the jack here to catch the weight, or be ready to hold this to prevent that from happening. All right, so next we're ready to install the new shock. This is certainly helpful if you've got a second person available. Unfortunately, I don't. Start by pulling off these 3 nuts that are on top of here. All right, so with those nuts off, just going to follow the same process we used to remove the old one. As far as swinging this in, swing it up. Here, get the bottom piece lined up first. All right, so with things mostly lined up here on the bottom, went ahead and used that Allen wrench and passed it through just to kind of hold it in place. And then we're going to secure the 3 nuts at top loosely before we put everything else back together, and then we'll secure those entirely once all of this is back together. So we got all 3 nuts on hand tight, and then again, we're not going to tighten up to spec until we're done down below. All right, so back down here, we're going to get those 22 millimeter nuts and bolts back into position first. All right, so I got the first bolt through, and we'll do the same on the bottom here. 22 millimeter nuts. Those on hand tight first. All right, well, both of these tightened up. We're ready to reinsert this 12 millimeter bolt here on the brake line. With both of these tightened up, now we're ready for this 12 millimeter bolt here on the brake line. Go ahead and start by getting it moving by hand. And we'll use our wrench. And we've got our 10 millimeter bolt that goes on the back side right here. Again, we'll start by getting that by hand. Use this to get it a little tight as well. I'll tighten the rest of the way with the wrench. Next, we'll tighten the 3 nuts up top here. These are again a 15 millimeter. And we're not going to do one corner at a time. We're going to kind of rotate around, just to make sure that we're evenly tightening. All right, with all 3 of those tightened, we're going to pull out our can of WD-40 here, and we're going to pop this back down. Again, this weather strip right here has got those little plastic screws that pop through. Pop each of those through their respective holes. All right, next we need to get our link arm passing through here. So again, we're gonna put the jack underneath the assembly here, lift it up slightly to get that to line up so it easily passes through. Go. And then we're going to take the nut that we removed previously, get on there hand tight, and then again we'll tighten up with a wrench. Probably need those channel locks on the back side again to keep it from spinning. So with the link arm reconnected here, we're effectively done. We just need to reinstall the wheel. All right, so there you go. The front shock install is complete on the Honda Pilot. Next, we're gonna move to the rear. So if you wanna check that out, a link to that will be in the upper right-hand corner once that video is available. The final step here is that you also wanna get a realignment done once you replace your shock. So take it down to your local tire store and have that done. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. For more car videos, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.